Hi streamers, I'm Carrie the One. I'm a drag streamer on Twitch, and like you, I've seen other streamers absolutely blow up because of TikTok. If you're not already making content for TikTok, you need to be. And one of the easiest ways to do that is by sharing clips from your stream. Clips can showcase the kind of vibe, the kind of content that folks can expect from your stream. They can showcase your best plays or your funniest moments, and they can instantly connect you to the community of other folks who play the same games or have the same interests as you. Maybe you've seen other folks edit their clips to fit the vertical portrait canvas of a TikTok video, and maybe you're not sure you can do the same thing. Editing software is expensive, it can be difficult to learn, it can be time consuming, but what if I told you there's an intuitive, quick, and affordable alternative that you might already be using for some of your other branding? I'm talking about Canva, and it makes cropping your clips on TikTok so easy. Let's talk about it. All right, so the steps for doing this on Canva are ridiculously simple once you get the hang of them. And there's a lot of kind of personalization and tweaking and customization you can do with it that I'm not necessarily going to get a ton into, but just know that if you play around a lot with Canva, it's amazing what you can find on here. I feel like every single time I use Canva, I discover something new. There's some new feature or some new kind of like effect or something you can add that I had no idea about before. So let's get right into it. So we're right here on our Canva homepage, and all I'm going to do to find the template that I'm looking for is to go right up to the search bar in the top corner. You see it there in my recent searches, and just type TikTok. That simple. There are going to be a couple different things that come up. We're going to use the TikTok video, which is going to give you the parameters and the size for a TikTok video, as one might expect. So that's the one we're going to use, but there are a couple others on here. So for example, the TikTok end frame, if you've ever seen folks who have like a custom kind of like their TikTok plays, and then at the end, there's kind of like a graphic that shows that's almost like the credits or the like, here's what I want you to do next. Like go like my YouTube page, go do this, that. That's what this is. So it's a still image that you can put at the end of your TikToks to kind of give that call to action that people talk about on TikTok all the time. So if you want them to watch your TikTok and then go follow you on Twitch, you can use one of these end frames to communicate that without having to waste space in your caption, for example, because we all know there's no space there. Or if you're someone who doesn't have 1,000 followers on TikTok yet, so you don't have a link in your bio, this can be another great option that gives someone that call to action, that directive that they're supposed to follow at the end of your TikToks, and you can just add it right into the end of your videos. The TikTok magazine cover, if you remember the kind of trend that went viral a while ago with people kind of cropping and editing themselves into magazine covers, this is what that is. So if you click on that, it gives you a bunch of different kind of fake magazine covers that you can edit yourself into. I don't use that, but and then TikTok background gives you all kinds of cool graphics and things that you can add to your TikToks. So if you want to add some cool text over your video, or if you want to do some cool effects or a little abstract whatever on them, that's what you can find on all of those different options. So any of them really work because they all are sized that 1080 by 1920 pixels for TikTok. But for our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and just use TikTok video. And so there are all these different templates for every type of graphic or file that you can create on Canva. They typically have some blank template. You can use a blank template, or you can use one of their kind of pre-made ones. Either is fine. If you use one of their pre-made ones, there are going to be elements already in place that will show up usually in front of your video. So if that's something that you're interested in doing or want to do, you can absolutely do that. But for the purposes of just putting your clips from your Twitch streams onto TikTok, we're going to start with a blank TikTok video. So it's going to open up all this stuff. You're still going to have these template options over on the side. So if at any point you want to kind of bring one of those in, I can always just click and drag it in, and now I have it. And again, that automatically brings several different elements into your canvas here. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete all of that because I don't want to put any of these things over my clip. Again, once we have your clip in here and kind of cropped the way that you want it, if you want to add some of those things, we can always go ahead and do that later. So we're going to go ahead and just title this. I'll do test clip since this is what we're doing here. And so what I typically do is I will start by uploading my media. So you can see here, I've got a bunch of graphics that I've uploaded for all the various things that I've used Canva for. I'm going to go, again, this is the uploads menu. I'm just going to go over to where it says videos. You'll see that I've already got some of my clips uploaded. We're going to actually upload a new one. So I have, I clicked upload, we're going to device. I have this, we'll do this one, 11 kill streak clip from when I played Call of Duty a couple days ago. I was kicking so much butt. So you'll see that that has a little status bar. Once that has finished, you'll be able to slide this over. And now we have our base of our TikTok. Again, typically when folks are doing this and using the strategy, the camera is going to be rather small and usually up right in the middle of the screen. Depending on what game you're playing, sometimes the action is right in the middle of the screen, like this Call of Duty is. Sometimes you might need to move it. So for example, if this wasn't perfectly centered already, the way that I would adjust that or tweak that is I would double click on the video here. You're going to see this kind of grayed out side pieces here. I can just click and drag this over. So if I wanted this to focus instead of on the gun and the actual action of the game, I could slide this either way as I see fit. But for our sake here, Call of Duty, it's right in the middle already, so this is exactly what I want. But what you'll notice is that there is no webcam on here. My camera is off screen right now. So the way that I kind of work around that and use Canva to make that happen, normally you'd have to crop and cut and paste things, but instead what we're going to do is actually go over to our sidebar here. We're going to click on Elements. This is where you're going to find most of the different elements and things within Canva. So things like images, all these different little kind of abstract extras are going to be in here. Clip art is going to be in here. We're actually going to come up here to frames. I'm going to click see all. So what a frame does is it creates a shape, and then anything that you drag into that frame is going to take the shape of that frame. So whether it's an image or a video, it will take the shape of that frame. So if I want, say, just a basic circle, I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, not that much smaller. And then we've got our frame in place. So then what I can do is go back over to my uploads. We've got our video sitting here. It's the same video. So you're putting the same video on here twice, but one of them is going to be zoomed in way in on the camera itself. So you'll see it looks the exact same. You can hear the clip playing. Because I have a war machine. She did great. So what we're going to do is actually double click just on this smaller video, and the same thing happens. You'll see that the rest of the clip will show up. We're going to click this and drag it over. Obviously, the camera is not big enough right now. So the other thing we can do is click one of these anchors in the corner and drag it to make the video larger. We're going to make it quite a bit larger. In this case, it's going to make my clip a little bit blurry just because the quality on my clips from this stream isn't great. I'm still working through some stuff with my OBS and how to make my stream a little bit higher quality. My internet's not phenomenal right now. But for the purposes of demonstration, it will work. So I clicked and dragged that to the point where it's just my face in the frame now. So I don't see any of the other stuff behind me. I don't see the actual clip. And I now also need to make sure, because again, I've got two videos on here, I'm going to go ahead and mute this one. So up here in the top right, we see our little megaphone audio icon. We're going to click on that, drag it all the way down. So now only one audio track will exist. It's not going to play both clips at the same time with audio. We'll only hear the audio from one of them. And that's just to keep any potential desyncing from ruining the experience for folks. So I've got everything kind of set up the way that I want. This would be where if I wanted to, I could come back to this elements menu here. And if I just click out of my frames, if I wanted to add any other things, so if I wanted to add, say, a gradient, if I wanted to add some clip art for whatever reason, I don't know why I put a doctor on here, but I could. All of that could be added now. And one of the cool tricks with Canva is that you can actually search based on the type of content you're looking for. So up here where it says Search Elements Pro, I could type in animated, for example, and it's going to show me all these different animated graphics that I could add right to this video right now. So let's say I wanted to add this one. I could do that. And then when I play the video, well, let's make that a color that's easier to see. If I wanted to go ahead and play this clip now, I've got my animated graphics here. There we are. But for me at least, when I upload my clips to TikTok, I find that the more stuff I put on top of them, the more things I add to the clip, the less folks really seem to like it. So for me, I just like to keep it simple. Sometimes I'll add a frame that's a little bit different. So I'll go back to my elements menu here. I'll go down to the frames, and maybe try one of these other ones. There are all kinds of different shapes and sizes. You know, maybe you want a triangle shaped frame, or maybe you can do them in the shape of a letter. So if you want to pick the first letter of your name, you could do that and put the video in there. Just make sure it's something that is going to accommodate whatever video and whatever the type of clip that you're putting in there might be. So again, that's really it. From there, you can just download it using this download menu here. There's a drop down, so you can choose what type of file you want to download it as. I usually just use an MP4 because it's the simplest one for me. If I wanted to, for example, trim one of these videos. So for example, I've got about 58 seconds worth of a clip here. I might not want to upload the full 58-second clip. I can just go right up here to these scissors, and it's going to give me one of these scrubbers where I can crop whatever amount of the clip I want to use. The only thing I would advise if you do that would be that you do that before you add your second clip in, so that you're not trying to find a way to crop both of them at the exact same time. So for example, what I would do here is I would crop this, say, I crop the first 12 seconds of it out. I would then want to remember that I want to crop that same amount out of the other video. So again, 12 seconds. Otherwise, you're going to have a desynced video, so they're not going to be the same. And then again, we click play. And there we are. Download it and upload it right up onto TikTok. It's that simple. And again, it's a roughly $12, $13 program per month. If you're someone who streams regularly and is regularly trying to use TikTok, they recommend that you post on TikTok 2 to 3 times a day, or more sometimes, depending on which guru it is that you're listening to. This can really come in handy, and it'll pay for itself. I use it all the time, and I don't have any fancy video editing software. I don't have any fancy photo editing software. Every graphic, every video that I make pretty much comes from Canva. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that this walkthrough of Canva and using Canva to edit your TikTok videos out of clips from your Twitch stream was helpful. Please let me know if there are any specific questions you have down in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. Or if there are other things that you want to learn how to use Canva to do, I'm happy to help with that as well. I'm by no means the be-all expert or authority on TikTok or Canva, but I'm happy to learn, and if it's something that I'm not sure how to do, then we can learn it together. So again, don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know how this might have helped you, if at all, what other questions you might have, how can I help make your life a little bit easier. Streaming is by no means an easy job. For most of us, it's not our only job, and so I want to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to support folks who are just trying to make it out here in the Twitch world. So thank you so much for the view. I hope that you have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.